only patented anti-smoking mouth spray. And if you're a smoker and want to give it up, Call It Quits is your answer. A few gentle sprays in your mouth. Cigarette smoke tastes terrible. You'll be stubbing out more and more cigarettes and smoking a lot less. Call It Quits has been clinically proven to be effective, and it has been tested to be safe. Call It Quits is the only patented anti-smoking mouth spray, so you can give up smoking at your own pace in your own way. Call It Quits is available at Eckert, Savon, Walgreens, and Genevieve's drugstores. And if you're a smoker, you know it's time for you to call it quits. We'll be right back in just a moment. Stay with us.
Do you need advice about love?
Welcome back. Thank you. So wait a second. As I went to break, I was doing the Call It Quits commercial. Very capitalistic thing to do. You have commercials to sell products, and that's the way our system works. And this lady over here said he could use this. But rather than give this to him during the break, I'm going to give it to him on the air so they can have more of a commercial plug there. Sir, you know it's time for you to call it quits, and I thank you for helping me sell that product because you don't get something for nothing. You don't get something for nothing. What's wrong with working? I should take that back. Somebody does give you something for nothing. Your mother. Your mother will dress you, she'll feed you, she'll take care of you, she'll give you love no matter what you do. You could go out and rob a bank and your mother will go, "My darling son, Ted Bundy's mother." You know, when he was going to the gas chamber, she said, "He's my own sweet darling boy." Your mother will give you everything she has. Should the government? Should the government give you everything for free without you working to put back into that government, to pay for it? Our guests now, I know, have a contrary point of view to the Communist Party, as you'll see in just a moment. Anthony Imperiale is a former state senator from New Jersey and says the communists contribute absolutely nothing to our country. And Bob Grant is the most popular radio talk show host in New York. He's on WABC Radio, and I'm sure he has slightly different views as well. Please welcome them to the show. All right, Bob, in the beginning, I pointed out unemployment at its highest levels in about 10 years, very high in the New York metropolitan area. We have a terrific problem with homelessness and people on the streets, with poverty. We have a problem making ends meet in terms of paying for a higher education and making that accessible to all people. The communists say that their system can solve a lot of those problems. Do you not agree with that?
Well, this is absolutely absurd to be talking this way on this day in 1991, when the inevitability of the failure, the bankruptcy of the communist philosophy has manifested itself all across the world. To say we have problems, of course we have problems. There's no utopia anywhere. And to say that the government is going to do anything or give anybody anything, it's a fallacy, Richard. I'll tell you why. Because the government doesn't produce anything. The government takes from the people to give to some of the other people. And why does it do it? Because the government does not produce. The government cannot give you anything unless it takes away from somebody else.
But I know the communists would say that a lot of the capitalist class, the upper class, does not produce either. That's one of your arguments. 1% of the country owns
36% of all the wealth.
36% of all the
pays,
wealth.
The whole
pays
system.
a tiny percentage of the tax. So Bob's rallying against taxes, but he should rally against the taxes against the working class and stop the privileged taxes
See,
for
here
the
they
rich.
go with the polemics, the jargon, which is meaningless, which is a laugh right now. If we were having this discussion a couple of years ago, I might be very incensed. But now I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing these pathetic creatures
We're enjoying you too.
who probably in their heart of hearts, at least 2 or 3 of them I suspect in their heart of hearts, know that communism is a failure. But, hey, this is America. I don't want to outlaw the Communist Party. I want people like this to come on programs like this to show the American people how lucky we are. And let me say this, Richard. You could talk about homelessness. You could talk about unemployment. And guess what? Everybody wants to come to America. I don't see anybody breaking his neck to get out of America.
All right, Anthony Imperiale. I'm going to give you guys a chance to respond to them in just a moment, but I want to read something from one of your pamphlets, which sounds so wonderful. It says, the capitalist credo, the thing that makes capitalism work is this: I will work hard because it will benefit me. for socialists or communists, they work from this precept. I will work hard because it will benefit me and everyone else. What a generous thought. Anthony Imperiali, what's wrong with that? People working together for the upliftment of society, to help everybody.
They should tell that to the people that the communists have killed since 1919 and enslaved and put them in camps and all this crap they talk about civil rights. They forgot when they used to take pipes and wrap it in a Jewish newspaper and hit somebody so the Jews would get blamed for it. It's all a facade with the Communist Party. They come to our country and they take the benefits of our Constitution rights, of freedom of speech, our Bill of Rights. They hide behind that, and they enjoy that. And then they have the
Well, wait
audacity.
a second. These people, let me just stop here and make this clear, because I don't want you guys to get a totally bad rap. You believe in the Bill of Rights, right?
absolutely.
You believe in the Constitution.
Right.
It's the economic system, basically, that you're against. You wouldn't stop democracy, would you?
Not at all. And we'd extend it. We'd
They
extend
say
it.
they would extend democracy.
Yeah, but the Communist Party USA, that they believe in the dictatorship of the proletariat, which is a lot of nonsense.
The American Communist Party has never went against Russia, even when the freedom fighters were being slaughtered. There were communist groups that opposed what Russia did. The American Communist Party never did. Never went against Russia.
But that's not true.
You don't know what I'm talking about because it's true.
But,
Well, go
You
ahead.
never know what's true anyway.
But Mr. Imperiali, you took baseball bats in Newark. I remember that. And we're beating
I
up
play
people because you
baseball
were against
bats
integration.
and baseball.
So how do you speak for democracy?
I didn't put nobody. I speak because I'm an American. I contribute
And
to
what do
my
you think
country.
we are?
And I
What do
don't
you think
fight
we
against
are?
Are
my
you saying they're
country.
un-American? Are
I
they
don't think
un-American?
they're
We
American.
came
I think
here.
they take advantage
I
of the
was
American
born here.
liberties. But anybody that, we know, and we've always known, that the communist concept is to enslave
That's the
people and
propaganda,
to
yeah.
overthrow. It's your propaganda.
Well, they say
you
capital-
people deal with propaganda.
Tony.
Come on,
no,
you guys
it's
people.
not.
All right, well,
what did
wait
the
a
American Party do for the civil rights?
All right, let me
Other
tell you what
than
we did.
utilize
Let me
it
tell
to
you what we
force
did.
the one against
Let me tell you what we
the
did.
other.
We were the first integrated party. We were the first black man for vice president. I ran for vice
Gee,
president in 72.
that's like
Let me
the
finish telling
Jesse
you.
James.
We integrated
Jesse
unions
James
for the
is
first
challenging the
time.
Daltons.
Okay.
Be nice. We integrated unions for the first. You ask a question, I'll give you an answer.
Paul
We integrated
Robeson
unions-
was a communist?
Yes.
Paul
Friend of
Robeson was a
Yes,
communist?
that doesn't mean that because Paul
And he was
Robeson
a
was a
jerk.
communist and a singer that I support.
great
He
Paul
was a
Robeson,
super
Bob?
jerk. He was against his country. He went to the Soviet Union and denounced America.
He did
Uh,
not.
Richard,
Being for peace,
You know,
be
we're
against our
in
country.
danger
That's
of
what
getting
I'd
off
like
the
to
subject
know.
here.
Yeah.
No, I think we're talking about the
integration, you
subject,
spoke for
Bob.
racial equality.
But
and
wait a
talking
second,
about-
but Tony asked the question, what has the Communist Party done for civil rights? And he wanted to answer that, so
Yeah.
that was his answer to that, though, to be fair, right? Now, Paul Robeson...
I didn't know that was what we were here to discuss.
No, but that's what Anthony just asked. What have they ever done for civil rights? The Communist Party believes that they will present a system that will also help to eradicate racism. Do you not believe that
That's
as well?
baloney.
No,
They're
I
the
don't
biggest
believe
races going since they were created.
No, I
Bob?
don't believe that. As a matter of fact, I think at one time, some of us who tried to find something good in the Soviet Union, as hard as it seemed to be, the one thing maybe we thought we could find was that the hierarchy did not live better than the rest of the people. But we have found in East Germany, in Poland, in Czechoslovakia, in Romania, in Hungary, in the Soviet Union itself, that the ruling class did live much, much better than the rest of the people. They were supposed to be brothers in arms. They were supposed to be fellow citizens. They were supposed to be comrades. Not at all. They had a hierarchy. They lived differently. They had special privileges. It's all come out now.
Well,
What's there to
I think
argue
that it's
about?
true that that there was corruption, but what's interesting is that under socialism, that when some people are living better, that's corruption. Under capitalism, that's just the way it's
Yeah, well, what
supposed to be.
happens in our system
That's the
here?
way it's supposed to be.
That don't
And you
even
say-
make
you
sense.
say that
If it's
10%,
under
you say
capitalism,
that
that's the way it's
10%
supposed to be.
unemployment-
It all depends
10%
why you
unemployment
What
live
did
in New
you
better.
York
do
is
for
just a
unemployment?
depends why
As
you
a
live
Communist
better.
Party, don't touch me, lady. I don't want to
Don't
become
point your
communist.
finger in front of
Don't
me.
tell me what to do in my great country. As
This
long
is
as I'm
her
not
country,
touching you,
too.
but don't put
So
your
that's
hands
right.
on me, because I don't like communism
All right, well,
stuff.
let's-
Your finger in her
But let's
face,
get something
Tony.
straight. What have you people done to create jobs? What have you done to create anything in the educational
Communists were the
field?
first to call
What
for
did you
unemployment
do?
insurance.
What sacrifice did your party
I'd
make?
like to say
All right,
good.
you go ahead.
The Communist Party led the way for unemployment insurance. Social Security
I
was a
thought that was the
communist...
working class that
Can you
did that.
listen for a minute, Tony? We
Yeah, I
listen
tried
you.
to, but, you know, let's try to
You don't
talk
believe
some
me? You
fact.
don't believe me, but listen, okay?
I'll
the
try.
Communist Party advocated Social Security before anyone. It was called a socialistic system. Now it is practiced. The Communist Party said that the government has a responsibility to help those when they had hard times. That was the meaning of unemployment compensation. It was called a socialistic idea. Now it is integrated. These are the things the communists brought forward.
Okay.
Did it exist in Russia?
Yeah.
Did it exist in Czechoslovakia?
All right, let me ask you this. We talked about a ruling class that lived better than the other people, even though it was hypocritical and espoused equality for everyone. But in our country right now, there are corporations and businesses that are seeing their profits shrink somewhat. The executives are getting higher and higher raises. They get golden
Well, then their
parachutes.
stockholders ought to vote them out, Richard.
But
We're not talking about government programs. And besides, I didn't say there was anything wrong with somebody living better than somebody else. I want to live better than you. How does that grab you? But I want to work for it. I don't want somebody to give it to me. But the point that I want to make is there's no hypocrisy here. An executive says, I'm getting an executive salary. A baseball player signs a contract for $5 million a year to play baseball, and everybody says, isn't that great? Roger Clemens is a great pitcher. Look, he's making all that money. I begrudge it because I think it's silly to pay a baseball player. Right. But this is America. This is an open society. And everybody in this studio, everybody out there watching, knows that's one of the reasons we want to be in this country and not some other country.
What do you think? What do you think at home? Let's talk to you about this. Are you thinking twice about the arguments that are said here? Give us a ring here, and give us a ring as well. There's a new attitude here. I know when I first started acting, let's say, I joined Screen Actors Guild in the 70s. I had to sign a statement that said I was not a member of the Communist Party. And you know what? I thought that was un-American. You know who that was initiated by? Ronald Reagan, who later became president. Right. Why couldn't you be an actor and be a communist? But in those days, people thought communism was a threat. Anymore, do you find it a threat? The Soviets have outlawed communism. Should we? Do you still feel threatened by it? Give us a ring at 201-480-VOTE. Press Y for yes, press N for no. We'll be back in just a moment.
Coming up tomorrow, In Search of Direction, you will meet the new black leadership. That's tomorrow. And you know that we enjoy having you here as part of our live studio audience. Yes, I mean you standing in front of that TV set. Give us a ring at 201-392-TIXX. Our pleasure to send you free tickets to Nine Broadcast Plaza.